Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
On the national news from Babagide Imo Television this hour, first the headlines. Nigeria imports 23.5 billion liters of petrol in 1 year. Growth coming with Tinubu's economic policies. Vigilante group arrest 14-year-old boy with pistol in Rivers. Adamawa Assembly probes recurring both accidents. Lagos Assembly revisit Bamise's murder case. And on sports, why Cardiff stopped Collins from Eagles friendlies. I am Morire Lalawa, the news in detail. Nigeria has imported a total of about 23.5 billion liters of premium motor spirit (PMS), also known as petrol, in the past year alone. The Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority revealed. Chief Executive of the NMDPRA, Farouk Ahmed, who made this known, said the country's average daily truck out over a period of 8 years stood at over 55 million liters per day, with a peak of 66.7 million liters recorded for the year 2022. Speaking at the ongoing 2023 Pengatang Energy and Labour Summit in Abuja yesterday, Ahmed, who was represented by Executive Director, Corporate Services and Administration, Bashir Sadiq, said the Nigerian government expended more than 4 trillion naira on PMS subsidy in 2022 alone, which amounted to about 20% of fiscal budget for the year, and presented a strain on the fiscal viability of the government and became a major obstacle to inclusive participation in downstream petroleum sector. Last year alone, Nigeria imported a total of about 23.5 billion liters of PMS. Over average daily truck out over a period of 8 years stood at over 55 million liters per day, with a peak of 66.7 million liters recorded for the year 2022. The subsidy bill ballooned to over 400 billion naira monthly, making it unsustainable in the short to medium term. The subsidy regime also encouraged inefficiency, waste and environmental pollution, hindering the country's alignment with Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs) of providing cleaner energy. According to him, the removal of fuel subsidies and migration to a full market-based pricing for petroleum products was a necessary step to attain a transparent mid and downstream value chain for petroleum product supply. Nigeria is on the right growth path with bold reforms of the Tinubu administration, the International Monetary Fund (IMF) said yesterday. Mission Chief Daniel Lay said the president moved quickly with vital changes, including ending petrol subsidy and unifying the exchange rate. We welcome these initial bold reforms because we see them as paving the way forward and towards stronger and inclusive growth, he said. Lai spoke at the ongoing IMF World Bank annual meetings in Marrakech, Morocco, during the presentation of the World Economic Outlook. Also, the Economic Counselor and the Director of Research of the IMF, Pierre-Olivier Goranches, said he was optimistic that the reforms will accelerate Nigeria's economic growth. But the country's growth is projected by the fund to slide to 2.9% next year from 3.3% this year and 3.1% in 2025. But Nigeria needs to increase the domestic resources mobilization to depend less on borrowing, Minister of Finance and Cooperating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edo said on the sidelines of the event. He believes efficiency in tax collection, payment of due obligations, and cost-effective expenditure will help strengthen the economy. IMF has reviewed sub-Saharan Africa's growth rate downward due to what Lair called global blocks. He said there is a light downward revision for the region as a whole. A vigilante group in Rivers State said its men have arrested a 14-year-old boy with a pistol while robbing residents of Ikwere Road in Mile 1 axis of Diobu in Port Harcourt. The local vigilante known as Diobu Security Services revealed that a teenager named Woodall allegedly led a 3-man criminal gang during the operation on Sunday night. The commander of the Diobu Security Service, Prince Amatari, disclosed this while speaking with newsmen in Port Harcourt yesterday. Amatari explained that the boy's arrest followed a distress call put across by a resident of the area to the vigilante that some miscreants were dispossessing them of cash and other valuables along Equerry Street by Eminike when his men swooped on them. He further disclosed that on sighting them, two of the criminals fled, but luck ran out of the 14-year-old boy who was nabbed. The vigilante commander said if a boy of 14 years can have the mind to rob residents with a pistol, it tells you how the society is now. The victim said their money, clothes, and mobile phones were collected by the criminals. I spoke with the suspect and he said it was hunger that pushed him into crime. The Adamawa State House of Assembly has constituted a 7-man member committee to investigate the recent boat accident that has claimed 26 lives in Yola South and Fupori, local government area of the state. The Speaker, Mr. Batie Wellesley, stated this in an interview yesterday. He said the committee had been mandated to unravel the cause of accident and make recommendations to avert future occurrences. Wellesley said the committee would be headed by Mohammed Buba Jijiwa. Members of the committee, he said, were Kate Raymond Mamuno, Suleiman Al-Kali, Umar Babu Ismail, Jafet Amanjabu, Kabiru Minjiyawa, and Moses Yerima. According to Wellesley, the committee will engage local council chairmen and community leaders to sanitize the affected riverine communities to the imperative of using life jackets while traveling on water. The Lagos State House of Assembly on Tuesday said it was renewing its interest in the case of late Bamise Ayanwola, the 22-year-old fashion designer who was murdered after boarding a bus transit in the state. The House therefore said it would invite the family of the deceased, the related government agency, and the Committee for the Defense of Human Rights for an update on the case, which has been in court, a statement said on Tuesday. The statement quoted the Speaker, Mudashiru Obasa, as saying that the issue, which was brought up by a member of the House, Steve Ogundipe, on the matter of urgent public importance, was worthy of deliberation. The issue of Bamise was brought to this House when it happened and I received the protesters, but at that point, the case was before the police and the court of law. Unfortunately, the judiciary is an institution on its own, and we do not have the power to dabble in their activities. We cannot compel the judiciary, but can only lend our voice by saying the people of the state are eager to know about the case. We need to invite the family, the civil society group, and the agency of the government that has a role to play so that they can let us know how far they have gone. Obasa noted that if in 6 months the family of Bolanle Rahim, the lawyer who was murdered by a policeman, could get justice, there should also be justice for Bamise. Bringing the issue to the notice of the House, Ogundipe said the incident happened in February 2022 and had continued to linger. Finally, on sports. Cardiff City boss Errol Bullets says protecting Jamilu Collins is paramount and the need to have the player withdrawn from Nigeria's upcoming international friendlies against Saudi Arabia and Mozambique. Nigeria take on the Green Falcons of Saudi Arabia in the city of Portimao, Portugal on Friday, October 13, before a clash with Mozambique in the same city 3 days later. Information report earlier that Collins was a major doubt for the friendlies, but surprisingly, Super Eagles Portuguese coach Jose Peseiro invited the left back for the game. It was, however, confirmed on the team's X handle on Monday that the 29-year-old wouldn't be available for the international break, with Peseiro forced to invite Chidozie Awazin in his side. With our sports story, we've come to the end of today's national news from Babagbagede Imo Television. Before we go, some major headlines. Nigeria imports 23.5 billion liters of petrol in 1 year. Growth coming with Tinubu's economic policies, IMF. Vigilante group arrests 14-year-old boy with pistol in Rivers. We also brought to you Lagos Assembly revisit Bamise's murder case. And on sports, why Cardiff stops Collins from Eagles friendly. For updates of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is Babagbagede Imo Television. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell, select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adibayo. Please like and follow the page. For advert placement of goods and services, coverage of events and functions, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen. Thank you for watching. I am Movirit Rabila Lawal. Good afternoon.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.